Myths aren't just stories, they're actually mirrors. So let's take a moment to tap into your energy and see what ancient force wants to come forth to help you on your path. Hi, my name's Kelsey. I'm an intuitive guide, and today I am pulling a card for the collective. I'm tapping into the energy of the collective here, and I am drawing a card from the classical mythology oracle. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. As always, keep in mind this is a general collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. In any case, I'm grateful you stopped by today. Let's get into this reading. So if you're still with me, plant your feet firmly on the ground. Straighten up your spine, relax the shoulders down. If you feel safe to do so, close down your eyes. Take a deep breath. Call on the wisdom of the ancient myths, ancient forces, for what you need to hear. Woohoo! Popped out. Number 4, Athena. I really resonate with Athena. Keywords: wisdom, strategy, academics, and conflict. And there is the image right there. Number 4 may be really significant to some of you. Number 4 is the number of protection, of stability. 4 may be appearing to you. Let me know in the comments if that resonates, okay? Now let's read the book. All right, so like I said, card 4, Athena, Minerva. Keywords: wisdom, strategy, academics, conflict. Athena is the goddess of war, wisdom, and strategy. She is associated with academics, libraries, and scholarly pursuits. Her totem animal is the wise owl. She believed in winning wars by outwitting the opponent rather than using brute force. She confronted conflict head on, drawing up plans and strategies for defeating her enemies as swiftly and efficiently as possible. The definition of working smarter, not harder, right? Using your wisdom instead of brute force, instead of violence. Use your words, right? When Athena turns up in a card spread, it suggests that some kind of conflict is coming. She's telling you that your strongest weapon is your intellect. There is a lot going on in the world, so this may resonate for you on multiple levels. Your enemy can only win if you give them control of your mind. By giving into fear, arrogance, or complacency. Remember, oftentimes when we talk about negative energy or negative people, they feed off of fear. They feed off of anger, right? Easier said than done, but sometimes the best route is to not give them that power. Furthermore, this card suggests that a time of learning is on the horizon. This learning a new skill such as driving, or a more scholastic venture such as formal academics. The pen is mightier than the sword. I love that. The pen is mightier than the sword. And this card is urging you to strengthen your intellect in any way you can. Via self-education and training. Learn the art of strategy so you can outsmart your enemies. Show no fear in the face of conflict, for you have a warrior's mind and the wit to win. Let Athena's wisdom guide you through the fray. That is powerful. So like I said, there is a lot going on in the world. There's conflict, there's injustice, humanitarian crises around the world. I just want to set the intention that I hope this message brings healing, light, and empowerment to you, and empowers you to know that you have the wisdom, you know how, and you have the ability to educate yourself. That's going to be really important. So maybe it's learning a new skill. Maybe it's as simple, like I learned to make sourdough this year. I love it. I learned to make my own sourdough. You know, maybe it's canning food. Maybe it's actually taking a course in maybe trauma-informed course. Maybe you want to go back to school for a new job, but you have the power here. This is about using your wisdom, your strategy, and it's about not avoiding conflict, but not allowing whatever forces are coming against you to occupy your mind or to get a rise out of you. So I just saw 4 on my timer. Like I said, Athena number 4. Because I pulled Athena, I thought I would break out my Art of War Oracle deck. So this is advice from the General Sun Tzu, and it is really good for leadership, for strategy. So remember, Athena asks you to use your wisdom, your intellect, your strategy. Listen, assess the mood, then talk when the time is right. If If you've had bad news to impart or a touchy situation to discuss, be aware of the mood of the person you are going to talk to. With practice, you should be able to gauge when someone will be resistant to your ideas, when they will be open to your point of view and happy to find a resolution. Absolutely, right? So if you have an important discussion to have, or if you have someone that you disagree with, it's okay to disagree with somebody, but there is an art to conflict resolution. There is an art to discussion, right? And when the mood is right, that makes a difference, right? Sun Tzu said, "A soldier's spirit is keenest in the morning. By noonday it has begun to flag. In the evening his mind is bent only on returning to camp." This is the art of studying moods. So like, whatever situation, you need to assess the mood. You need to use your intellect. Love that. This is actually a super empowering reading because it reminds you of your intellect, your wisdom, and your ability to learn and to grow. This might be a time of higher learning for you. It's beautiful advice. Remember, the pen is mightier than the sword, right? And using your words. And there is a way of conflict resolution that doesn't involve violence, right? Maybe along this way, I know there is an art of regulating your emotions and feeling your emotions and all those things, right? So maybe that's something you work on, is not allowing things to bother you as much as they have in the past. That's a lifelong skill, something I'm still working on. But if you made it this far, why don't you leave me a pen or a pencil emoji in the comments? If this reading resonated, it's probably time to book a reading with me. And this is where you can find me and book a one-to-one with me. You can book a card pull with me. I do voice memos, I do private YouTube videos, whatever your heart desires. There's lots of levels to this. And finally, every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my friend Heather Schultz of Shadow and Shine and I host our podcast on Tubi, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every week. It's called Tarot Tales, and we talk about the energy of the week ahead. We do collective readings, we talk astrology, we talk about our spiritual experiences, and we give personal readings. So check us out, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.